Hello, you wonderful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are finally here. It is the third and final lesson of our British pronunciation training 2026. Let me put it on the board. Dramatic British pronunciation 2026, day 3. How are you today? How are you? Lots of people saying hello. Hello, Maria. Hello, Mosen. Is that Mosen? Hello, Giuliana. Italy is here. Italy is here. The whole of Italy. I love it. Hello from Roma. Hello, Barry. Hello, everybody. Welcome. If you got a little message from me earlier saying, this is your captain speaking, it's a little bit of a joke because my wonderful students on my courses, they often refer to me as Captain or Captain Roy because sometimes I leave a voice message saying, this is your captain speaking. Today we have a new lesson. And today is arguably my favorite lesson. And in my opinion, it's probably the most important one. So make sure that you stay with me until the very end, because today we're talking about accent, melody training, and connected speech. It is the secret to sounding natural and fluent and fluid and confident when you speak British English. We're going to talk about how to link words, the patterns of our intonation, rhythm, and melody of what we call a modern British RP English accent. Plus, we'll have a little slang sort of mini practice, a mini lab. It's like a mini lab practice where you'll train connected speech using some wonderful British slang that you're going to learn in this lesson so that you actually sound like everyday or real spoken English, not just textbook English. So right at the end of this lesson, we're going to talk about British slang and connected speech, but we have got a lot to talk about. And of course, later on in this lesson, a lot of you have been sending me a lot of messages. I've been desperately replying to as many as I can. Later on, if you do feel ready to take your English to the next level, I'm going to open up spaces for the British pronunciation and slang bundle with a very special January offer just for this group. But before that, you're going to get a lot of free training in the workshop. So wait until a little bit later on. It's going to be an amazing free trial to give you a taste of just a part of what you can find on the course. Wonderful. So let's recap very quickly what happened so far. Thank you very much. Somebody said I look smart in my costume, look smart in my suit. Thank you. Somebody called me captain. So let's sort of look at what we've already learnt together. In our first lesson on day 1, we talked about the British pronunciation rewire method. This is a 3-step method to speak fluent British English. We talked about the importance of learning the right signature sounds and how to create new neural pathways in your brain to rewire your brain and hack the right pronunciation. In lesson 2, and I hope you were there, we talked about the signature sounds of a modern British RP accent, and I explained the importance of training them individually with the right oral posture, knowing exactly where to put your tongue, the tip of your tongue, your mouth position, and the articulation in each of the sounds. If you haven't checked out lesson 1 or lesson 2, there will be a link in the description that you can check it out. When you add the knowledge from day 1 and day 2, step 1, step 2, that we learned during the last 2 lessons, and we add the melody of British English with expressions we actually use in real life, then you have the ingredients, all the ingredients to make the most superb cake, the sounding natural in British English cake. Somebody says they're looking forward. I've got a special mug today. Let me show you. Somebody said they look forward to this. It's the I Love Your Mug. My wife always wonders if you know that this is an oversized mug. It's a very big mug. My head isn't tiny. And later on, we'll be, because the thing is, when we've got this cake together, this magical cake, I think I'm a little bit hungry, that you need to sound natural in British English. Fluency, you'll understand, isn't about perfect grammar or the most sophisticated vocabulary. It's about what you hear and understand on a daily basis and how much people can understand you. I always say that you are wonderful people, and you truly, truly are. And I want you to be able to show who you are in English. How comfortable you feel when expressing all sides of your personality in English is one of the most important things. How well your words flow together without those long, awkward pauses. Did you feel a bit awkward when I paused there? Or getting self-conscious, feeling like you're sounding a bit too mechanical? And this is where our melody training with our British slang later on, our British slang mini lab, all comes together. Now, as I say, we're talking, where is the slide? There it is. We're talking about melody training. In modern British RP, the melody, the sound, the rhythm of your voice is created by rhythm, intonation, and stress patterns. It's the rise and fall, the flow of connected words, and the subtle emphasis on syllables. Most learners focus only on pronunciation, but they neglect the kind of music of the language. And goodness knows in England, we love music, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and so on, so on. And it's critical to sounding like a native speaker. A lot of people say to me that they understand everything, but when they speak, something feels off, or they've lived in the UK for years, but my pronunciation isn't improving. We've talked about this, and today, that finally ends for a lot of you. So with the pronunciation rewire method, we focus on three main things when it comes to talking just about melody training. We talk about the natural rhythm. Modern British RP has a very distinct rhythm that makes the language sound smooth and elegant, in my opinion. You'll learn how to pace your speech, avoid over-pronouncing words like that, and create natural flow that makes your accent sound natural and a bit like me. Intonation and stress is another main focus. The pitch of your voice rises and falls through a sentence. But when and why? Well, that's what this is all about. This is what this part is all about. And you'll master how to emphasize the right syllables and let your intonation rise and fall like a native British speaker, making your speech more engaging and dynamic. And finally, one of the main focuses of the melody training is word linking. Native speakers connect their words. We blend them together without those unnatural pauses. Every time I do it, I feel awkward doing it. So let's get rid of that. You'll learn how to link words effortlessly, allowing you to speak smoothly without sounding like you're thinking too hard about each word. Now, today, in this session, we'll focus mainly on connected speech, which would be the third part, the word linking part. Of course, in a 3-day event like this, it's impossible to talk about everything. I go into details far more about the other elements and everything, the sounds, the 44 sound, all about that on the other elements inside my course. But for now, if you are ready to start looking at connected speech, and we're going to talk about some of the other things as well, right? Yes, yes. Let me know if you are ready. Let me know if you are ready. Yes. People are writing, hi, hello, lots of people. Hello, yes, 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 yes. People are writing, yes, you are ready. You are ready, and we are going to do something special. We are going to do something very, very special this evening. So, let's talk first of all about overemphasis. What on earth is overemphasis? Overemphasis occurs when non-native speakers or speakers pronounce each word too clearly or distinctly, often separating words like that in a manner that feels unnatural and can happen due to pronouncing each word in isolation. Instead of blending words together, speakers often enunciate each word separately, which disrupts the natural flow of speech. Speakers tend to exaggerate pronunciation, overly stressing each syllable or a sound in a sentence that can make the speech sound mechanical or unnatural. So that's the biggest issues with overemphasis. That's what happens. But what is the impact? Well, you get an unnatural rhythm. It disrupts the rhythm and intonation patterns characteristic of natural speech. You get reduced comprehension. Listeners actually find it a bit tricky to follow because it lacks the fluidity of natural speech. If I am talking like that, my listener will understand every word, but it might be just a little bit too intense. And also, that leads to increased listener effort. Listeners just have to work harder to piece together the intended meaning, which is very ironic if you think about it. You're being extra careful to be understood, and it ends up causing the opposite effect. It's not fair at all, but we're going to change that. So let's give you some examples of overemphasis. I've told you over the last 3 days that this sentence is incredibly important. Now, naturally, I'm going to say it like this. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. There's a lot happening when I say that sentence. We've talked quite a bit about it. I'm going to give you a recap as well, just in case you weren't here. But if I overemphasize every word and say the fastest, I'm going to emphasize both syllables there, the fastest train only takes an hour and a half. Wow. Well, it doesn't sound very smooth and it doesn't sound very natural. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. I sound a bit like, maybe I even sound a bit aggressive there. So what do we do? What is wrong there? Well, in English, we have stressed and unstressed syllables in words. And we also have stressed and unstressed words in sentences. Now, let me tell you, English is a stress-timed language. It's a fancy word, which basically means we only stress certain words and certain syllables in a sentence. And it is incredibly important that you stress the correct ones. If you don't stress the correct words, we're going to talk about this in a moment. If you don't, it becomes really difficult to understand. If you compare the idea of a stress-timed language where we only stress certain words, if you compare that with a language like Italian or Spanish or French or Brazilian Portuguese, which are syllable-timed language, this can be a big issue. Now, Italians and Spanish and French speakers, they will stress words more evenly. And in my opinion, they're more democratic with their stress. We only stress certain sounds and certain words, but let's talk a little bit about word stress. In a 2-syllable or more word, we usually only stress 1 syllable. So look at the word on the board. It is water. Water. 2 syllables, stress on the first. Water. Water. If I stress the second syllable, it's going to sound a bit weird. Listen to this. Water. Water. It's hard for me to do, actually, because I'm breaking the patterns of a life in terms of pronouncing a word that I know is correct. But water. If I stress both syllables, water, 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 it doesn't sound very natural. It should be water. The first syllable is slightly longer than the second syllable. And word stress is pretty easy to understand, I think. You stress a certain syllable, obviously in multi-syllable words, sometimes there is a weak stress and a strong stress, if you like. It's minor stress and major stress, if you like, on certain syllables. But in most 2-syllable words or more, there's going to be 1 stressed syllable. It's a bit weird. It's the same as when we talk about banana. I talked about that yesterday. The middle syllable is stressed. The other 2, slightly shorter, have the schwa in them. Banana, banana. Second syllable is stressed. And the thing is, that's word stress. But then we also have sentence stress. Sentence stress is the words that we stress in a sentence. Okay, that's a pretty logical explanation. But the thing is, we tend to stress words that give you the meaning or information in a sentence. In other words, they're the words that you need to hear. A lot of people say, Roy, you talk quickly. I do. I talk at natural speed, but I make sure you understand the words that I need you to hear. We don't normally stress function words. You might be thinking, what are those function words? Well, they're usually like the auxiliary verbs, the conjunctions, the pronouns, the prepositions, the quantifiers, and the determiners. If you're wondering what they are, it's words like, for example, have in have been, or have seen. You know, this word there, that's an auxiliary verb, or a pronoun, maybe he, she, blah, blah, blah. Just trying to think of other words you may need to add. Oh, obviously, articles as well. An, these kind of words. The has a weak form, but that's a little bit different. But and an. We talked about this yesterday. A lot of these function words, they're not really as important as you think they are. So don't give them too much power. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, and I've amended this from yesterday's slide, if you were there. The word a is that how I would pronounce it as a strong form, but the weak form is we usually use weak forms in spoken English. The word, the word in a banana, the word a is not as important as banana. We use a weak form. An has the weak form and has two weak forms, which could be and. It's fascinating. And then we look at this phrase here. If you say the words, the first word and the third word as a strong form, and you stress it, it sounds like, I would like a cup of tea. Nobody says it like that. A cup of tea. I say a cup of tea. A cup of tea. So we use the weak form of the word a, the article, and the weak form of that preposition of, and it becomes two schwas, a cup of tea. Because the words cup and tea are far more important than a and of. We stress the words cup and tea, but not the words a and of. And we looked at this sentence. I told you many, many times, this sentence is really important. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. We talked about this yesterday, and I'm coming here now. Remember those first three words. Remember that T changes to a D sound because it comes after an S. It's all in yesterday's lesson, and quite commonly we pronounce TR as tr, with a kind of ch, but a weaker ch sound. So it becomes the fastest train, the fastest train, the fastest train. It is not the fastest train. But notice those words, the, an, and a as strong forms. We don't use the strong forms in this sentence. In fact, the is a little bit different because that depends on what comes after it. Consonant sounds, we use the weak form, and vowel sounds, we use the strong form. But that's another lesson. I could spend a time on that, but we don't have time this evening. But we use the weak forms of an, and a. If you say, the fastest train only takes an hour and a half, yeah, I understand it, but it's not easy listening. So we say, the fastest train only takes an hour and a half. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. So the stressed words are the ones that are not in red. Well, the more important words are the ones that are not in red. We're going to look at this sentence more and more as we go on. We really are. It's massively, massively important. But for now, the fastest train only takes an hour and a half. We're going to talk about this a lot. But now let's get on to tonight's main subject, which is connected speech. Connected speech. What is connected speech? Well, fundamentally, connected speech refers to the way we speak every day in natural spoken language. It's the linking of the words. There's four different things we need to talk about, but connected speech is the way we speak naturally. And it's not just about pronouncing each word correctly on its own. A lot of people ask me, how do I pronounce this word? Well, it depends if it's the weak form and the strong form, or it depends if it's in connected speech or not. It's also about how those words flow together in sentences. Don't worry, you're here now, and that's all that matters. Now, when we talk about connected speech, there are four. I nearly said three. I'm an English teacher, not a maths teacher, clearly. There are four key components of connected speech. There's linking, which is the idea of a sound or two sounds coming together to link. It's common. Well, we'll talk about the most common form. Elision, which is the emitting of certain sounds and syllables. Now, somebody once made me laugh. A student once made me giggle. They said, so seriously, to speak English fluently, I should just not say all of the sounds. Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes, yeah, just get rid of some sounds. It's easier to say clothes than it is to say clothes in a fast flowing conversation. There's a lot there. A lot there. Assimilation as well. This is sounds changing to become more like a neighboring sound. So if a sound is next to if a certain sound is next to a certain sound, it could change to sound like another sound to make the transition easier. We're going to go into all of these. And also intrusion. This one doesn't feel fair, if I'm honest. It's the fact that we add certain sounds that aren't even written. So you're suddenly hearing a sound that isn't in writing or spelling. I say you can never trust the spelling, but this one is a level up. Now, let's explore each one of those four one by one. But you need to remember that connected speech is a very, very extensive subject, and it's impossible for me to teach every single thing in only one lesson. But on my course, The Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide, my students are here right now. A lot of them are here with me this evening. Hello. Lots of love to everybody here. We've got a huge number of people. But the students on my course, The Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide, my students get everything with every single detail explained. But let's talk about linking first. Linking. Now, the most important aspect of linking is consonant to vowel linking. Consonant to vowel linking. This is not only the most common, but arguably the most important. So we go from, let me give you an example. There we go. When a word ends in a consonant sound, so a word ends in a consonant sound, and the next word starts with a vowel sound, the consonant sound moves over. So imagine a word ends in a consonant sound. I promise I'll explain at we've got a lot of training to go first, but I really appreciate your interest. I'm getting a lot of messages, I promise. I promise I'll explain. So, when the one word ends in a consonant sound, and the next word starts in a vowel sound, the consonant sound moves over. So this one, you've got three examples here. Not at all becomes not at all. So the t sound from not moves over to the at, and the t from at, which actually we use the weak form, moves over. The t moves over to all, so it becomes not at all. Not at all. It's like one word. If you break it, it sounds really bizarre. Oh no, not at all. Not at all. It doesn't sound very natural. It doesn't sound very pleasant. And fundamentally, that's what we're going for. Look at this one. Read an article. Read an article. The d from read moves over to the schwa of read'n. Read'n. And the n. Thanks, Stefania. So Stefania is one of my students on the course, and she is living proof that the course is so detailed and comes with lots of useful pronunciation practice. Thank you very much. So read an article. The d moves over to the schwa of n. It's the weak form. And the n moves over to article. So it becomes read an article. Read an article. It's like one word. Not in this lesson, but yes, I do talk about aspiration. Oh my goodness, my students have seen me blow pieces of paper across a room. And look at that final one, put up, put up. The t links to make it like one word, put up. And notice that that's a phrasal verb. Consonant to vowel linking is incredibly important in phrasal verbs. Because if I say, oh, put up, you understand me, but it's not natural. It's not as natural as saying, put up. Put up. Sorry, I need a drink. We're talking a lot. Look at this one. So you've got 4 words at the top. I'm going to use the strong form of can. Can I give it? Can I give it? So naturally we'd say, can I give it? Can I give it? And even I could sound more like a, can I give it? Can I give it? Can I give it? So that from can, the weak form, moves over to the pronoun, and the v moves over to the it. So it says more like, can I give it? Can I give it? We put stress on the word give. Can I give it? Can I give it? A little bit on it as well. Can I give it? Can I give it? But mainly on give there. Can I give it? Can I give it? Literally what we're explaining right now is consonant to vowel linking, where the consonant sound moves over. So the n from can moves over to the I, and the v moves over to the it. Can I give it? Can I give it? There's another one. Can I have it? Can I have it? Somebody said something here with the word have. Have. I just lost it. It's gone. Have ends in the letter E. Hello, Sarah. Welcome. The word have, ends in the letter E, but it ends in the V sound. It ends in a consonant sound. So the V moves over to the it. Can I have it? Can I have it? This is why I say you can never trust the spelling. It's about the sound, not the spelling. Can I have it? It's fascinating when you get into it. And like I say, it's really important in phrasal verbs. Pick up. No. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. It links. Not get out, it's get out. Get out. Get out. And not give off, it's give off. Give off. Give off. Link those words. Let's have a little practice with can I have it? It's definitely proper English, this one. So, repeat after me. Can I have it? Can I have it? Let's give you a bit of intonation going up there. Can I have it? Somebody says, no, you can't. Oh, I wish. Can I have it? I hope you're repeating this with me. Please tell me you are. Remember, make it sound like one big word. Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? I should really hear the word have. That's the word we need to stress. Tell me, are you repeating this after me? Please don't say I'm doing this alone. Gosh, people are saying yes, thank goodness for this. I always worry that somebody's going to walk past my office and in there they'll just hear a man shouting, can I have it? Can I have it? And they'll be like, that guy, don't know what's happening in there, but that sounds weird. And then, can I give it? What the hell? They probably run past. I don't know. If you're on a bus, please maybe wait until you get home. Bless you all. Lots of you saying, this is my heart right here. Bless you all for doing it with me. But like I say, this is really important. And I want to practice this sentence now with you. So remember, it's the fastest tray. The fastest train. Now, there's a couple of things we need to talk about here, but the N in train, moves over to the O in only. So it becomes knownly, the fastest train only. The s in takes moves over to the in un. The n moves over to the hour. Remember, the H is silent in the word hour. It's not hour, it's hour. So the n moves over. And we often get rid of the d. And the n links and says and a half. And a half. There's a couple of other things to say before we practice this together. First of all, we commonly use the t in fastest, but that doesn't really matter because it's followed by train with that ch sound. The fastest train only. The fastest train only. The fastest train only. There's also what we call a linking R. I don't have time in this lesson today to teach you all about the linking R. But basically, as a standalone word, the word hour, we don't pronounce the R. But if it's followed by a vowel sound, we do. It links, it reappears, and it becomes hour and a half. Hour and a half. The is very subtle. It is very subtle. So I want you to break this into two. Repeat after me. The fastest train only. Repeat that. The fastest train only. The fastest train only. One more time. The fastest train only. Make sure it links. Then let's do the second half. Takes an hour and a half. Takes an hour and a half. Repeat after me. Takes an hour and a half. Takes an hour and a half. Takes an hour and a half. Okay. Just to know as well, we haven't got the much, like I say, we're focusing on connected speech, but in standard British intonation patterns, the final word in a sentence will go down. So we say an hour and a half, goes down at the end. So repeat the whole sentence after me. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. Okay, just to give you an idea with the intonation, if you go up, sounds a bit different. You can play with intonation, but it sounds a bit weird. Listen to this. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. It's like shock. What? Hey? Who said that? No. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. Something you oh, hello. It's something you can really play with. It's half. Half. It should be absolutely right. There should be a f on the end of that. I'm so sorry. Thank you for spotting that. I must have accidentally deleted it. You're absolutely right. There should be a f sound. It's not ha, it's half. Apologies. But I write it out like this. You can see down below, if you prefer it written in a weird way like this, you can see that's the way I would, if I had complete, power over my language, that's how I would write this sentence rather than the top one. I'd say the fastest train only takes an hour and a half. Look at that. Also, I've put in capitals the stressed syllables and the stressed words. Lowercase, the lowercase letters, not the capital, not the angry capitals. I've put them in as the weaker forms. The fastest train only takes an hour and a half. If you want to read it like that, you can. You can even see the connected speech. Half. Not everybody's going to like that. It looks a bit like somebody would text on a phone. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't even do that. My mum sometimes embraces texting language, and it comes out a bit right like this. It's wonderful. But we have a lot to talk about, you wonderful people. So we're going to move on to elision. What on earth is elision? Elision is basically the omission of one or more sounds in a phrase or word. Now, there are a lot of rules, and I don't have the time with you just now in this workshop to explain every single rule. That's something that appears on my course. But two of the most unstable consonant sounds are the d and t in a modern British RP accent. We often cut it. We often cut the d or the t if it comes between two consonant sounds. So if a d or a t is between two consonant sounds, so you have a consonant sound, a d or a t, and a consonant sound, we often just get rid of it. Hello, it is your captain speaking. Hello. So if we have a d or a t in between two consonant sounds, we often just lose it. We're going to talk about that with some examples. So just now, we often just get rid of the t in fast flowing speech. And it becomes just now. I saw him just now. I saw him just now. Why do we get rid of the d or the t? Frankly, it's easier to say at speed. It's easier. If I try to pronounce my t at full speed in that sentence, I saw him just now. It's hard. It's clunky. Get rid of it. Don't bother. Get rid of it. See how easy it is? Just get rid of it. I saw him just now. If you try to pronounce your t, and you pronounce it correctly if you like, if you pronounce it correctly in that way, it's gonna sound harder and it's gonna sound incorrect. How weird is that? So get rid of the t because it comes between the s and the n sound. Just now. Just now. I'd probably glottalize the t there. I'd say right now, but it's not following the same pattern. It's not a consonant sound before it. The words tend to, because there's that d there, we're often going to get rid of it. Now, at the moment, I'm going to use the strong form of to. So it becomes more like tend to, I 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 tend to. Now, it's got to be at fast speed. You can't slow it down. You can't say, I tend to. That's wrong. It would be, I tend to go every week, I think. It's got to be in a flowing sentence. So we drop the d. Now, I'm going to show you a bit more about this. The sentence that I want to use is tend to agree. But there's another rule that comes into play with that makes this even better. I'm currently watching live stream while cycling at the gym. I love it. I can imagine you an exercise bike going, I tend to. I love this. This is brilliant. Welcome to the party. But there's something else we need to talk about to make that. So get rid of the d sound. Hello, Tanya from Italy. So yes, to is weakened in a sentence. It would do. As isolated words, it's very hard to use the weakened form. It sounds a bit weird to say tenta. It's a bit weird to use that. We often use the schwa if it's followed by a consonant sound, or if it's followed by a vowel sound like the schwa here, we tend to use the shorter sound. Tend to. But if I say tend to, it sounds a bit forced as isolated words. I tend to sleep more on rainy days. Yeah, I tend to sleep more on rainy days. So do I. Marta, it's brilliant. A lot of people are reporting that cats are fascinated by modern British RP. They're coming and looking very confused. They're very confused at people like practicing. I love this. Cats have become a feature that I never realized. So I want to show you 3 examples here. The first one, the t in can't, drops. Now, a lot of people automatically ask a question, but because it's between the n in can and the s in see, we drop it. So it becomes can't see the difference. I can't see the difference. I can't see the difference. I can't see the difference. What? Hang on a minute. A lot of you are going to be there going, wait, Roy, wait. If you drop that T in can't, how do I know the difference between can and can't? It's a different vowel sound. If you watch back to the first lesson, I talked about the short a. I did it last night as well. The short a and the long r vowel sound. Received pronunciation. You can check that out in the first lesson. So the shortened vowel sound in the word positive, the can, is that k, a, n, can. But in the negative form, it becomes the long r vowel sound. Can't. can't. And also, we often use the weak form of can. Some people are saying can a Coke. Yes, you always use the short vowel sound. Chicken and Coca-Cola. I don't sound like somebody from Liverpool when I say that. So you've been asking so many times. I thought I'd just humor you there. I think you're from Liverpool, you said. So the vowel sound is what's important. So we can drop that t, and it still gets understood. It's a bit more confusing in American English because they have similar vowel sounds, I believe. But still, in British English, it's all about the vowel sound. There we go. The next one, he's the best player. He's the best player. The word best, the t in best, is stuck between two consonant sounds. So it becomes the best player, the best player, the best player, the best player. He's the best player. And again, the t in didn't gets trapped between the two sounds, and it becomes they didn't know. They didn't know. They didn't know. Can you pronounce the two sentences? I can see the difference as a strong form. I can see the difference as the weak form. I can't see the difference. I can see the difference. I can't see the difference. I can. I can't. You want me to enlarge it? Make it bigger. There it is. Yes. So in all those, the t sounds are dropped. Somebody's desperate for the next station is. The next station is. There you go. So we need to talk a little bit about assimilation. Now, assimilation, I love this word. Sounds like the Borg from Star Trek. If you're Star Trek fans, you'll completely understand that reference. If you're not, let's just move on. So assimilation is a fancy, fancy word. And it's when a sound changes due to the effect of a neighboring sound, which sounds really weird. But basically, if a specific sound, and it's got to be a specific sound, is next to a specific sound, it may become another sound. So specific sound plus specific sound plus specific sound equals new sound. It's a bit weird, but trust me on this one. If a n, like the letter N, is next to a p, it often changes into a sound. So it says, I live in Paris. 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 We don't say, I live in Paris. Now, why do we change it to a sound? Well, it's easier to move from a which is bilabial, two lips, bilabial, to a p, which is a bilabial plosive, than it is to move from a n to a p. So we just assimilate, we change it. So if a n sound is next to a p sound, it changes to a sound. I live in Paris. I live in Paris. If it's next to an L in London, it won't change. I live in London. In London. In London. But in Paris. In Paris. In Barcelona. Absolutely. It also changes when there's a B. Interesting one that people find this really weird is should. Should ends in a d sound. If a d is next to a k sound, like in come, it changes to sound more like a g sound. So we say, oh, you should come. Should come. Should come. Now, obviously, I'm slowing it down. That's not how I'd say it naturally. Oh, you should come. That sounds a bit weird. But if I'm saying it in fast-flowing speech, that's how you'd say it. Oh, you should come. You should come. You should come. Weird, isn't it? And that book sounds like that book. If it is next to a b, again, it changes to a p. Lots of people were sort of saying that, so it becomes, oh, that book. That book. Let me make me bigger. That book. That book. That book. That book. That book. I don't say that book. How weird is that? A lot of people are saying it's weird. So assimilation is one of the, it happens a lot, but it's specific conditions. Now, there are a lot of rules. There's a reason that handbag sounds like a bag of ham. But for now, I don't have unlimited time with you this evening. But we need to talk about intrusion. Intrusion is a bit nuts. Remember, I told you this one is the unfair one because it's when you look at words written down, there are sometimes sounds that you can't see. Somebody said the intrusive R. Assimilation is fantastic and fascinating, sorry. The intrusive R. You're absolutely right. But actually, there are three common intrusive sounds: the the R, the W, and the Y sound, which are often represented by letters R, W, and the letter Y. So let me remove that. So basically, when specific, the way that intrusion commonly works is it links vowels to vowels. Vowel sounds to vowel sounds. I need to be more specific because it's not about the letters, but it's commonly if you've got a vowel sound and a vowel sound, and it could even be inside a word, but it's commonly across two words, we often insert a little sound to help link the two words. Let me give you some examples. How do I? There we go. Go out. Okay. Go out. Go out. If I say, I want to go out this evening, it sounds a bit clunky. So we put a little sound between those two vowels. Now it's dependent on the vowel sound that comes first. No. What I said is often represented by the letter Y. So the sounds in the word yes are ye, y, s. It's a J-E-S when it's transcribed, but it's often represented by the letter Y. Now here we have go out. Go out. You're very welcome, Mary, and I look forward to seeing you watching the replay. Well, I look forward to you watching the replay. So to link those two words and make it flow a bit more naturally, we add a little w sound and it becomes go out. Go out. If you say, I want to go out, no. So we add a little w sound to link the two words. Go out. Another one is, I gave you a Star Trek reference. I'm hoping you get this one. Do it. Do it. That's a Star Wars quote. If you got that one, bless you. So, do it. So the words between the words do and it, we add a little w sound again to link the two words. So instead of do it, Emperor Palpatine says, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. We add that little word to make the transition between vowel to vowel easier. So you're probably noticing if a word ends in an O or a oo, and the next word starts in a vowel sound, we add a little w sound. There are lots of rules, but that's one of them. We also, I told you about this earlier, tend to agree. Tend to agree. Now notice the word to. Clunky basically means a bit broken or robotic. And it's spelt with a U. Clunky. Thank you. Clunky. And the word ten, we drop the d. It becomes tento. Because we're followed by a vowel sound, we use the shortened oo. But because it's vowel to vowel, we need an intrusive there in this specific case. So it becomes tend to agree. Tend to agree. Tend to agree. If you say it in a broken way, it's just not going to sound, it's going to be hard work. We've talked about this. We've talked about the effects of stressing the wrong words, articulating too much, pronouncing the words exactly as they're written or spelt, sorry, or pronounced. There's so many different problems with this, but if you include that intrusive sound, it becomes more natural. Tend to agree. Cut the d, add a w, and then you're gold. Tend to agree. Tend to agree. And don't pronounce that first syllable of agree as an a. Agree or agree. No, agree. It's a schwa. It's unstressed. So a lot of people are writing this down. Isabel, the party has begun. Marie Christine's here as well, and Sarah and Stefania. I've seen lots of people keep going up. It's so quick, so many comments. A lot of people have mentioned this one. If you look at the sentence or the three words, the idea is, there is no R, there is no written R in those first three words. But I say it as the idea is. The idea is. The idea is. It transitions from the diphthong ear to the I in is. Idea is. Idea is. Idea is. And same with law and order. Now, there is one written R, two actually, in order, and we don't pronounce a single R in the word order. It's not order, otherwise that sounds a bit more American. But there is an R sound between the word law and, but we'd say law and order. Law and order. How weird is that? That in those three words, we don't pronounce a single R as isolated words, but there is an R sound in there, just in a completely unwritten place. The idea is that law and order is so strange, isn't it? When you start to think about it. Is it bad British pronunciation not to use the intrusive R? I just think it sounds more difficult for listeners to listen to. It's not going to be natural. It's not going to be easy to listen to. If I say, I believe in law and order, it just sounds a bit. How do you think? Which sounds better? I believe in law and order. Or I believe in law and order. Are you kidding me? Somebody said. Yep. My tongue just twisted. And that is what you should do. I'm sorry to say. It's practice, practice, practice. By the way, the linking y sound, which is the J on the phonemic chart, we add it under certain conditions, like the E sound. So it becomes he is. He is sounds broken. He is. He is. He is. We add that little y sound to transition. It just flows a bit nicer. And instead of see it, we have see it. See it. It just links and makes it a bit smoother. Now, I'm going to do some very, very important practical exercises here live with you in our slang mini lab. And we're going to be talking about slang, and we're using connected speech with some fun British slang. But before we jump into that, we'll do that at the very end. I want to take a moment to officially open the doors for those of you who want to keep learning with me beyond this workshop. A lot of people have been asking about this. A lot of people have been asking. I've had messages during this. Have you ever felt frustrated because your English doesn't reflect your intelligence or your personality? Now, what if I told you you could express yourself fluently and confidently without second guessing yourself? Imagine walking into a conversation, whether it's a job interview, a chat with your friends, your mates, we're going to do slang, or even enjoying British TV, the telly, and feeling completely at ease. With the bundle I'm about to talk about, you won't just learn English, you'll learn and you'll unlock the tools to express your true self and share your humor, your charm, and your intelligence and sound authentically you in British English. So let me tell you what's included in the British pronunciation and slang bundle. Let's break it down. You will have the same access to quality education that my students, when I used to teach in some of the most prestigious schools in London and Cambridge, they used to pay thousands for that. But now it's in a much more affordable way with 100% flexibility for you to be able to do it at your own pace, whenever you want, and with lifetime access. You don't need to go to an expensive school in London and Cambridge to find me. You can now find me here. So, the bundle consists primarily of two of my best courses. The Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide, originally priced £324 per year. On this course, you learn the sounds, the rhythm, the melody of a modern British RP accent. You get to perfect your oral posture and fluency with the pronunciation rewire method, and you gain confidence in every conversation, whether professional or casual. The second course is the Ultimate British Slang and Idioms course. Originally, it was priced at £204 per year. And on this course, you master 250 of the most essential slang terms and 250 of the most common idioms, words and phrases, expressions that I use every single day. You'll learn expressions you'll hear daily, not just me using them, and you'll learn how to use them effortlessly, and you'll dive into cultural fluency that will help you understand British humor, lifestyle, and more. So, if you're a good mathematician, both courses would originally cost £528 per year. I put the pound symbol just in case you were wondering what that little symbol was. A lot of people default to the dollars. I'm British, I don't. But the bundle is not only that. We want to make it much better. And I wanted to make it a very irresistible, the most irresistible offer ever. So I've included bonuses worth well over £1,500 to give you everything you need to succeed. These bonuses include, and by the way, my team thinks I've gone mad giving away all the free gifts. But that's that. It includes lifetime access. So remember that I said we used to do it per year. Well, no, this will include lifetime access. There is a discount coming. There is a discount. Wait. Lifetime access. You'll also get a weekly conversation club and a weekly Q&A session on Zoom for 1 year. So you get lifetime access to everything on the courses and also everything that I add. I am a perfectionist. I never realized this. I am a perfectionist, and I am adding more and more things as time goes on. Stuff that students go, Roy, could you do this? Could you add this? And I go, yeah, sure. Somebody asked me today for something, and I thought, do you know what? What a good idea. People are already saying, sounds like a great price. Wait a minute, it's going to get cheaper than that. So the weekly conversation club is where you meet people from around the world. You connect with people from around the world. We have a weekly hour on Zoom. I love to chat with my students. People here are saying, let's not talk about whose lifetime. Let's hope we live forever. But it'll be there for as long as your life, really. So there you go. Sorry. So a weekly conversation club where we talk about a topic, and it's a good way to express your English and chat with other people from around the world. And also, I'm there having a chat, talking about phrasal verbs, the weather, things like that. We're learning English, but also having a chat. And then there are Q&A sessions, which are pronunciation. Yes, you do. On Zoom, you see me weekly in real time. There's no recording in that one. The recorded lessons are all on the course. But the weekly conversation club and the Q&A sessions are more about teacher feedback. You ask questions, and I usually encourage you to ask pronunciation-based questions, but you can ask about anything realistically, but I will prioritize pronunciation questions. If you ask maths questions, that might be, but if you ask about culture and language, then that's fine. And then I will answer your questions in Zoom. And you can interact with me as well. You're there. Usually in the conversation club, there's about 30 people, and the same 30 to 40 in the Q&A sessions. Somebody asked there. And we are a big family. My students are like my family. That's why I love doing what I do. There are feedback sessions on the Q&A sessions where you can get feedback, and I will tell you a sentence, and you can repeat it back to me. Yay! I love chatting with you. Sylvie's here. There's also an exclusive WhatsApp group, and that's where you get to talk with people from all over the world. Again, you can have a chat. They're lovely. They're lovely, lovely people. Dive on in and have a chat with people like, I'm going to use you, Marie-Christine, Sylvie, Pia, lots of people. Some of them are here, some of them are not. So there are 2 hours of live sessions per week on Zoom, a WhatsApp group, and all the recorded materials. On top of that, there is an IELTS speaking module that I'm still building. an IELTS speaking module. I'm adding some stuff. People ask that, and I'm still adding to the course because people keep asking for stuff. Yes, I'm adding a swearing module. I've actually recorded the first 4 videos and waiting for my editor to send them back. Some people will like that. Some people won't. There's also a slang and idioms ebook coming. I'm going to make it 2 ebooks. I've written it. There's 1 there, but 2. I've finished the first one. I need somebody to proofread that for me to double check. And also at the very end, there is a certificate of inclusion. All of that, the slang course, the pronunciation course, and the £1,500 worth of bonuses. The 2 courses priced at £528 and the bonuses of £1,500. How much is that going to be? Some people said, what? No discount. Some people are already saying that's a bargain. Thank you. I actually think it's good value at £528, considering the amount of things I'm giving you and the amount of energy and love I put into this. However, for this new class, it's yours with a massive 50% discount for just £264. Or 3 payments. Let me just put a link. Or 3 payments of £88. So you can split into installments. Some of you feel that like it's easier to pay 3 monthly installments. Some of you want to pay in one go. So it's £264 or 3 payments of £88. So you can split it into 3 installments. So you get the Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide, the Ultimate British Slang and Idioms course, and there are over 100 lessons. Like, I'm not joking. There are a lot of things for you to check out. And there's bonuses worth over £1,500 for just £264 or 3 payments of £88. And no matter where you are in the world, you can pay in your local currency, whether that's whatever that may be. Maybe it's dollars. Maybe you're living in the US. Who knows? And in euros. Yes, you can pay in your local currency. Our checkout system automatically converts it to your currency for simplicity and convenience. But precisely because this is a crazy offer and my wife wants to kill me, quite possibly. She doesn't. She loves me. But it will only be available for a very short time, a very limited period of time. If you want to join this amazing group, the people, yes, 264 quid. We don't use an S. It's an irregular plural. Yes, 3 payments in installments. I'm going to take the questions. Exactly because this offer is crazy, it's only going to be available for a very short period of time. If you want to join this amazing group, these wonderful people, with a 50% discount, just click on the link that we're sending you here in the chat, and we're also going to send the link by email and on the WhatsApp group. I will say hello to my wife. There we go. The details are coming up right now. Some of you will have questions. Will this fit into my schedule? Absolutely. With lifetime access, you can learn wherever and whenever it's convenient for you. On your phone, maybe on your tablet, on your computer, on the bus. Will it work for me? Whether you're intermediate, advanced, or even an English teacher. This bundle is designed to meet you where you are and take you to the next level. These courses are based on proven methods I've used to teach thousands of students for over nearly 16 years, actually, including in prestigious schools in London, Cambridge, and even at BBC Learning English. A lot of people ask me, is my level of English, because somebody said about the Isle of Wight, is my level of English good enough? If you're here and you can understand me, then yes, you are ready. So here's your chance. Oh, lots of people said this. Hopefully you can see that. Lots of my students gave me testimonials. You can check them out on how long will the payment last? Either one single payment of £264, or 3 payments of, I think it's £88, isn't it? And after that, that's it. So you've got 3 months. You can actually have live sessions. I'm going to ask you questions in a moment. This is your chance. Hopefully you can see these. This is your chance. And I'm going to put a video here so you can you see that? This is a video of what's happening inside the course. So this is the Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide. You can see there's an introduction here. That's me looking a bit younger and a bit more bearded. lots of information, lots of different lessons. This is, and then you go to module 1, module 2. If anybody has any, recommendations, you can add that. Please ask your questions as well. So there we have lessons. What's that lesson? I can't see. It's too small for my eyes. See there. Let me see. What is a modern British RP accent? So this is talking about what is a modern British RP accent. Yes, you get everything on the course. This course, everything you're seeing now, you'll get that access for life. You get that for life. And you get a year of live Zoom sessions with me. There's lots of messages here. Look at the module 4. You can see all these links. The trap bath split. There's one coming up now. There are a lot of lessons. That's the point of learning connected speech. That's the point of connected speech. That's what you're here for. Not at the, no, we do a course, but we can also talk live on Zoom. You can actually have moments with me on Zoom. So in the groups. You got there the look at, you got connected speech there, you got lots of different things. And in a moment, don't forget, we're going to do our little slang practice as well. But you can see here, there's lots of things going on. Consonant, whatever this is, I can't read the title. Elision of T. The elision of T, we've talked about this. How much is the lifetime access? It's £264 or 3 times £88. Normally, last year or so, we'd have charged over £500, but we wanted to do this amazing deal to help people now. When does the offer end? When my wife says so. We are going to send it in the mail as well. Email. There's more here, the elision of K as well, giving you lots of spoilers. Let's move on to more. There's loads. All the sounds are done. There are so many things for you to watch. How long does the lesson last once a week? That's a good question. Q&A sessions, 1 hour. Conversation club, 1 hour. The lessons are different lengths. I teach what needs to be taught when it's done. Yes, I'm still adding that. I need to prioritize that. So that's something that's really important. Some people have said that. So priorities. There's loads of informal idioms, time-related idioms. This slang, there's so much here. I recorded this in August, this video. I recorded this in August. So there's much more than there was there. Nibbles! Much more than there was there. How many days a week? In what sense? So there's an hour a week and an hour a week. For the live sessions on Zoom, 2 hours a week, 2 different days. And this is done whenever you want to do. Hey, welcome to the family. We always say welcome to the family. It is like a little family. You can see my students are actually telling you at the same time. Here's one of them now. Let me add this. There's a lot about this, but let me add this.
Hi, my name is Rosa. I'm from Brazil, and I'm here to share with you a little bit about my experience with the Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide. I've been taking this course for about 2 months, I think, and so far it's been quite a surprise to me. To tell you the truth, I wasn't really expecting that I would learn so much about the subtleties of the English language in terms of sounds, vowel sounds especially, that can be so tricky, especially when you speak a Romance language.
You can see all these full ones on there. I'm going to answer this question here. The access to the courses, the pre-recorded materials, all of the recorded materials, and everything that I ever add is yours for life. The sessions on Zoom, we say for 1 year. Conversation Club for a year. So that's 52 hours of Conversation Club and 52 hours of the Q&A sessions. I can do. If that's something you you would like me to add, then yeah, put it in a message. So somebody said they joined, and I want to say welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Here's another one of my students. So that was Rosa, and she wanted to record that video to say about what she learned. This is also another student.
Well, describing Roy's class is quite difficult because it goes far beyond mere academic lessons. You're going to take part in a real experience where you're going to meet wonderful people from all over the world and a wonderful teacher. What I like is the flexibility, because the lessons are recorded and it's can be very convenient, and makes the learning very personalized. There are many supports and tools, different tools concerning the accent, the famous RP English accent. I've
But I'm gonna remove those now and answer some of these questions as well. But you can see two of my students there. I didn't want to put too many hours on, but you can check them out on the website. When do the courses start? Well, the recorded materials are already there, so you can start as soon as you pay. Start tonight if you want. Do 10 hours, or I don't know, whatever. Well, you can work continuously through them all, but I don't know how many hours there are. There's a lot of materials, including a lot of previously recorded feedback sessions. We record all of the feedback sessions. If you're talking about the next Q&A live session, I believe it's on Saturday. I can't see, my diary's not here, but I believe it's on this Saturday. So if you join now, I'll see you on Saturday. Will I teach any grammar on the course? No, not specifically on this course. It is a pronunciation course or a slang and idioms course. But if you requested something for a Q&A session and we have time, I'd be happy to explain any grammar. Plus, you're my student, so if you ask for something, I can stick it on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel and everything. When's it going to start? As soon as you subscribe. As soon as you join. If you didn't get the link, don't panic. If you're talking about the sales link, it's in your WhatsApp, it's in your email. And if you're talking about something else, just send me a message directly on WhatsApp. You can check in the pronunciation feedback sessions, the Q&A sessions. Yes, so the live sessions, so I tend to mix them up a little bit. So we try to do Mondays and Tuesdays one week and so on, so on. I try to vary them to make sure that everybody has the chance to attend. And somebody says 104 hours of me on Zoom, 100%, yeah. 104 hours on Zoom. Yeah, she's not native. She's one of, somebody said that lady's native. She's not. She's just amazing. She's she's worked so hard. Let me write this down. Let me put the link here. So I want to start by the end of the month. You can start whenever you want. You've got lifetime access. You're very welcome. Hello, Deborah. How long is this discount available? As long as my wife says. The British English Lesson Library is a collection of all the live classes I've ever done. It's a separate thing. Not usually on Sundays. Not usually on Sundays. They could be on a weekday and a Saturday. I tend to try and have one day rest because my students actually encourage me to take a bit of time off sometimes because I work a lot. Even over Christmas, they said, take a week off, take a couple of weeks off, Roy, you need the time. And I was like, how loving is this family we've created? Receive pronunciation. I'm going to answer a few more questions. Yes, we are family. Yes, although you need to say you are. There you go. Talk to my wife on that one. That's a question for my wife. That's one. A lot of people asking when will this discount? The discount is very limited because we can't overload, so it closes when it closes. Basically, recorded videos. Lots of my wife. This is my wife, by the way, Luciana.Woodhouse. Last once I gave her a phone number, she wanted to kill me. So, but she's fine. If you'd like to put your phone number down there, Luciana, you can. Lots of people can send you messages. Yes, yes, they are. So again, I always listen to my students, and I used to put it at 6 o'clock. And in Italy, the clock, everything changed, and some people said, "Could you do it at 6:30?" Yep, starts at 6:30 most when we do the evenings now. No, because that's what I teach you. Well, I teach you about the phonemic chart, which draws heavily from the IPA. There's elements. So the course itself, yeah, it's got self-learning elements, so you can do it in your own time. But the live sessions is with me, so or with the teaching. See, on the conversation club there is. On the feedback, it's more with me, but yeah, you can still interact a bit. Yay! I love it. I love my language. I love teaching. I love teaching. The reason I will say this, and I'm gonna move to the real British slang in a moment. But you can see here, this is lifetime access to all modules. Is 105 plus lessons recorded and growing. So my wife added that up. What can you tell about this certificate of British pronunciation training? It's a certificate that will prove it. I mean, it's not university accredited, but it's a certificate that you can use, and people have used that. But if my level of English is too low, so we only want people who are happy to be there. So if you're not feeling it, you're not right, just talk to my wife and you'll be okay. We have a 7-day guarantee. Don't worry. Have you got the admin's phone number? Me, Luciana, or Henrique. It's a Brazilian number. That's my brother-in-law. He lives in Brazil. Lucky boy. A lot of people saying they haven't received a message. Check in your junk. I know. How can my emails go to a junk? But they do. If they're not in your junk, send us a message on WhatsApp. You can see there, Marie Christine. She's one of my students. She's a wonderful human being. Very, very positive. Somebody saying you're going to take my wife. No. If you subscribe to Roy's courses, thanks for that, though. If you subscribe to Roy's courses, you'll learn a lot about pronunciation, grammar, idiom. So there's a bit of everything. If you ask for it, I'll give it to you. And that's what I say. So, for example, if there's like the present perfect and you're confused about the present perfect, I might not focus on it in the Q&A sessions because it's about pronunciation. I can stick it on YouTube. I have a channel. I'm very blessed that I've grown this channel and so many people have decided to watch it. What is the 7-day guarantee? Absolutely. If you're not feeling it's not for you, we only want people to be in the family who actually want to be there. So cell phone store, I'm just saying, yes, you should get an email. Do check your junk, because I'm seeing more and more of. Welcome to the family, by the way. Welcome to the family, you as well. And welcome to the family. 3 people, welcome to the family. It should be in your junk. Oh, no, it shouldn't be in your junk. It should be in your email. But if it's in your junk, it may be in there. Yes, do you want me to sing? We are family. Yeah, somebody subscribed. It's a wonderful little family. But like this 7-day guarantee, if you're not feeling it, maybe, your levels, if you're not feeling it, you just tell my wife within 7 days and then just let her know. Okay. That's a question for my wife. That's something I can stick on YouTube. So you can ask that. So just let me know. What do you mean by that one? Can we find new updates? Full refund. Oh, wait a minute. If after 7 days, it's within 7 days. Within 7 days is the guarantee. After 7 days, that's kind of that you've probably done enough. But the 7-day guarantee gives you enough time to look, attend 2 sessions. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's why we try to be fair. So you get lifetime access to all modules, bonuses, British slang module, the private WhatsApp group, the Q&A live sessions, Q&A wife sessions, I said there. Oops. Q&A live sessions every week for a year. Somebody's saying the sound is off. Shouldn't be. Conversation club with people from around the world for 1 year. That's with me as well. Lifetime access to all the recorded things, a certificate, and that 7-day guarantee. You're very welcome, Cecilia. Oh, has it gone? Has the sound gone? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me now? I've had to flip. Can you hear me? Okay, some people can hear me, some people can't. I flipped to a different microphone. It's not as nice. But let's talk very quickly about real British slang. I promised you this. Fancy a cuppa. Fancy a cuppa. So just notice there we have the linking y sound. Now it is off. Hello? Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Yes. Yes, I can. People can hear me, some people can't. This is awkward. Just as we're doing slang, yes, you can hear me. Some people, speak to my wife about that and then make sure that you're happy before the 7 days. Speak to my wife. If you're not, just tell her. So normally after 7 days, we don't give a refund. We got a 7-day guarantee. So, fancy a cuppa. Notice that normally we'd say fancy, but we have the linking y, so it becomes fancier. Fancy a cuppa. Fancy a cuppa. The sound is different. I'm going to try and flip back to the Yeti, which is my microphone, this microphone here. Can you still hear me? It is better before, but I tried to change it. Yes. So we have fancy a cuppa. Fancy a cuppa. Can you hear me? It's better now. Some people are saying no sound, and some people are saying it's better now. How bizarre. How bizarre. People can hear me. Okay. So we have fancy a cuppa. Fancy a cuppa. So this follows the linking y sound. Fancier. Fancy a cuppa. Make sure to put that y between fancy and fancy a cuppa. This means, do you want a cup of tea? I can do right at the end. Haven't received the email to log in. Don't worry. Send us a message on WhatsApp. Luciana, if you can text Luciana, Luciana, would you be able to put some kind of contact detail down? Or you're in a WhatsApp group or email, send us a WhatsApp message immediately and we'll get your access. If it's not come through, yes, so they probably joined the live a bit delayed. The delay. Now it is good. Okay, there we go. So just message this lady there. I'm knackered, mate. I'm knackered, mate. So notice the K is silent, but also because that D comes next to a it becomes knackered, 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 mate. Knackered, knackered. Does anybody know what knackered means? Knackered, mate. What does knackered mean? Tired. It's beyond tired. It is exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. Okay, so here we have you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Now, commonly, if we're pronouncing it properly, we pronounce that H in having. But here, a lot of people will actually remove that and it becomes you're having a laugh, mate. You're having a laugh. Now, this usually means you are being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. In other words, you've got to be joking, but in a way that I think is almost offensive. So, repeat after me. You're having a laugh. I think a lot of people are slightly delayed, which is why some people are saying, I can't hear it. I can. So I'm going to go with that you can, and hopefully I'm not talking to myself right now. I can see the microphone thing going up and down. That's bang out of order. We don't say that's bang out of order. The sound from bang moves over to the out. The t moves over to the of. And we commonly reduce of to of. So it becomes, that's bang out of order. 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 Repeat after me. That's bang out of order. That's bang out of order. Ulrich, what's your question? Sorry. When can I get an answer? What's your question? Repeat your question. I will look for it. A Yeti. Blue Yeti. Bang out of order means that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. That is bang out of order. That's bang out of order, but make sure to follow the linking consonant to vowel linking rules. Few more expressions. Don't get. Remember to drop that t. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Make sure to pronounce get your as getcha. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Make sure the z sound from knicker. No, sorry, the sound from knickers. Sorry, the z from knickers moves over to the in. And the in moves over to the So it becomes don't get your knickers in a twist. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Ulrich, I'm still looking for your question. Cell phone. check your drafts or message my wife or me on WhatsApp. I'm sorry. I'll give it a bash. I'll give it a. Give it a. Remember, consonant to vowel linking. It's not I'll give it a bash. It's I'll give it a bash. I'll give it a bash. This means I'll give it an attempt or try. I'll give it a bash. I'll answer that one in a moment. Remember to link it. Give it a. Give it a. Repeat after me. I'll give it a bash. I'll give it a bash. I'll give it a bash. She's proper chuffed. Does anybody know what proper chuffed means? I've got the cow as well. Proper chuffed. Some people say they're proper chuffed. They've joined the course. What does proper chuffed mean? What does proper chuffed mean? Yeah, and the word proper, so chuffed means happy, and proper is like a really intensifying word. No, it means the opposite. It means somebody said sad. Proper chuffed means really excited, really happy. Notice we say chuffed, proper chuffed. She's proper chuffed. And finally, he's taking the mickey. Means he's joking or being a bit rude with it. He's taking the mickey. Lots of good slang expressions. Of course, the main focus this evening has been about pronunciation. Remember, the Ultimate British Pronunciation Guide, which comes with lots and lots of lessons teaching you everything you need to master British pronunciation and a modern British RP accent. It comes with the British Slang and Idioms course, which teaches you. Yes. Oh, I've lost that the question about the lifetime lesson. I'm going to tell you. The Slang and Idioms course, which teaches the most essential slang and the most essential idioms, and bonuses worth over £1,500, including WhatsApp groups and live sessions on Zoom, 1 hour per week of Q&A and 1 hour a week of conversation, which means 104 hours in a year live on Zoom as well. That's just some of the bonuses. We can see some of the bonuses here. There they are. Certificates and modules and things like this. And it's all available for this class with a 50% discount for just £264 instead of 500 and whatever it was, 28. I want to say 528. Or 3 payments of £88. You can even split into 3 installments. Somebody said, do I have to renew every year? You get lifetime access to all of the recorded materials, everything that's ever come, everything that ever will come as the pre-recorded. The recorded things you'll get lifetime access for. You get a year of Conversation Club and Zoom. We'll talk in a year's time about what we can do there as well. No, they tend to be around 30 to 40. At the start, when people join, a lot of people join, but some people come to some and some people don't. Some people prefer the replays. It's always quite, the Q&A session in general is teacher-led. It's teacher-led, which means it's me talking, you asking questions previously. I send out a form where you can ask your questions. I will answer them in the classroom, and sometimes we do pronunciation practice together. The Conversation Club, you go into individual rooms. So it's never chat with your group. And I come round as many rooms as I can to have a chat because I love it. Are those? No, so they're not massive. I've paid, but I've not received an email. Contact me or my wife. 104, 52 Q&A sessions and 52 conversation clubs. Contact me or my wife. Yes, we record the Q&A sessions. I haven't recorded the club. Yay, Marie Christine. So there's I record the Q&A sessions. What is your email? So the best way to contact us, have you got, I'm going to stay with you until you've got your answer. Have you got your WhatsApp? If you're on WhatsApp and you're in one of the WhatsApp groups, look on the admin list, contact one of the 3 admins. It's either me, my brother-in-law, or my wife. So I'm here. Yes, you can, I believe, pay with PayPal. I believe. It's a certificate of achievement to say, you've done this with me. Yay, Marie Christine's really happy. If you can't, yes, WhatsApp. So if you're in the WhatsApp group, somebody else is saying they can hear nothing. It terrifies me. I think this might be behind. If you're in the WhatsApp group, just wait until there, and then, like, where's my phone? It's over there. It's off, actually, so I won't be able to see. Absolutely. You'll either get me, my wife, or my brother-in-law. And probably if you contact me, I'll say, I'll pass you on to my wife. But I'm going to make sure you've got what you need before you do that. A quarterly fee. So it's £88 today, £88 in a month, £88 in 2 months' time. And now after that, nothing more. That's it. Yep, click on the WhatsApp symbol on the sales page. There you go. I have paid but received another request for payment. Jolanta, immediately contact my wife to make sure she can help you. Yay, you can pay by PayPal. Welcome to the family. I'm going to stay for 4 more minutes. In the weekdays, they're usually 6:30 at the moment, and at the weekends, they're usually 1 o'clock UK time. Yes, think about it. Make sure it's right for you. We only want people who feel it's right for them. It's a family. So we only want people to join the family who want to be there. So think about it. Absolutely. So there is so usually they are weekly. So maybe, one on a Monday and one on a Saturday, or one on a Tuesday, maybe one on a Friday, these kind of things. So there are one Q&A session and one conversation club. If, for example, life gets in the way and I need to, somebody's ill or I'm ill or something like that, I postpone the class, but you don't lose it. So I push it back. We do 2 1 week, for example. Yay! You are gonna meet newcomers, Xian. Yes, you are. Henrique is my brother-in-law. Yes, he is. Yes, wonderful chap. Here's my brother-in-law. He lives in Brazil, hence the Brazilian number. A lot of people say, "Wait a minute, why is a guy from Brazil texting me?" It's my brother-in-law. My wife is Brazilian, and so is my brother-in-law. My wife obviously lives with me in the UK, and my brother-in-law has chosen not to live with me. He wanted to stay and have his own life. I cannot pay with Visa. PayPal possible. PayPal is possible. Yes, I'm very lucky. My wife is incredible. She supports me and she helps. How to contact my wife? Have you got WhatsApp? I'm not going to leave you either until you've got the question. You're very welcome. Sorry I didn't get an answer. Does the content updates? I'm adding more and more stuff to them. The pronunciation course is largely finished, but I've always got little bits to add. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm constantly adding stuff. I used to add, it depends. Whenever there's a new lesson to come, there's a new lesson to come. So I'm adding stuff when it needs to be added. And at the moment, obviously, I've got to prioritize the IELTS module, I've just realized. So that's going to be happening maybe once a week. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's all stuff coming. But you've got lifetime access, so you'll get everything I ever add. Hope that helps. If you're in the WhatsApp group, please contact my wife or me. I'll put you in touch with my wife. I'm traveling for a few days. I'm sure that'll be fine. Don't worry. Just contact my wife. You see everything. Everything. I'm like, contact my wife. She's wonderful. And yeah, you can go from when you start in that sense. So you contact my wife. How will you know when these two lessons are? So I put the lesson dates. The next one is Saturday, I think. And I put the lesson dates in the WhatsApp group. I have to resend it several times because I've realized that when you're newcomers, you can't see the pinned messages. So I have to resend it a few times so everybody's got access. So if anybody's like, when are the classes? I'll just pin them. I'll send them again. It's not a problem. Yep, those are the admins. 2 UK numbers and a Brazilian number. My wife ends in 662 or 622. 662, I think it is. She's just under Luciana in my phone. Everyone's like, you don't know your wife's number? I think so. Again, you join the WhatsApp group and you will get the messages via WhatsApp. So there is a WhatsApp group. You'll find a link. This is really important. Why did I not tell you this earlier? Let me just make me bigger. So in the WhatsApp group, when you join the course, you'll find there's a whole section about join this WhatsApp group. And basically join that WhatsApp group and then I send you the times of the classes. And at the moment, I send the links as well there, but we might send those we might find another way to send those as well, just to make sure it's easier for everybody. Hey! Welcome to the family, Alini. Then I record the Q&A sessions. You're very welcome. Yes, you can pay with PayPal. I think there's a bit of a delay on that one. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but I did change microphone. Yay! Welcome to the family. Hello. There you go. The feedback session. The next one is on Saturday, and I will send the link to the WhatsApp group. That's amazing. Welcome to this group. Welcome to this. I'm very well, thank you as well. So you said very well. How are you? Okay, so there are 3 more minutes. I'll stay till. I said I did a bit of overtime because somebody asked about my wife's. They couldn't find the email. Any questions about joining the course? What problems are you having, Eugenia? How can I help? Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Bet you didn't think you'd get that tonight. I've done a Star Trek reference, a Star Wars reference, and I've sang twice. I can't get in. Get into the course. If you can't, send my wife or one of the admins a message in the WhatsApp groups. Send them a message. Send it to me. I'll probably send you to my wife in that sense, and then she will get your access. It'll be fine. Don't worry. We are very. How can you join? Let me put the link right now. There it is. 2 minutes, and I am out of here because I think it's time for dinner. It's probably time for dinner for. You're very welcome. I look forward to meeting you on the course. There's sometimes a mix, but most people are. Some people have been with me for longer. This is a pronunciation course. Do you get a mail with the payment link? Yes, we'll send an email. Probably looks better on the. I don't know. You'd have to speak to my brother-in-law who deals with the technology. If it's looking, try it. Happy New Year to you. Speak to my wife. That's the best one to talk to. You're very welcome. I'm going to go in about a minute. Yay! Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Right. So I hope this year is the year that we're going to unlock your full voice in British English. This workshop has been an amazing start. Well done for taking the first step. For some of you, you're going to join me and you're going to be with me with lifetime access to the pre-recorded. You're going to have weekly Zoom sessions and so much more. For some of you, this is the year you're going to take that next step towards your English fluency. For some of you, maybe another time. That's your choice. This workshop has been an amazing start there. Welcome. Well done for taking the first step. Thank you for being a part of this. I just want to say thank you to all of you, you wonderful people. I always say that. You were all amazing. Lots of love. And I hope to see some of you on the course. Speak to you then. Take care. Lots of love, guys.